feel like it's like a disposition. This is like the confession tape.
Start by telling us a little bit about yourself and who you are.
I'm born and raised in Montreal. I've been here way too long. Always loved culture in the city as much as I hate the city as a whole. And you know, that's always been a way of kind of escaping / enjoying the city.
How did you start this whole Mr.Wavvy thing, and what do you tell people you do exactly?
Mr.Wavvy is a project that started when I was 16 years old. I was interning for this social media marketing company called Wavvo, and I was 16 years old. Everyone else there is like a 20-something-year-old frat bro, and I'm just this awkward little 16 with a huge afro, and no one knows what I'm doing there. And they said to me one day, "It's so funny, we should just give you your own TV show." So that's what they did, and you know, kind of gave me just not really the tools I needed, but just the platform I needed to get started. And you know, from there, took off, got some great names. 6 months later, broke off and started my own site, and you've been doing it ever since. Yeah.
You've had a lot of cool interviews, but what has been your favorite project so far and why?
That's a tough one. That's like asking your parents which kid's your favorite. You know, they're always gonna like think your sister in their head, but they're never gonna say it out loud. That's a tough. You know, there's different interviews I love for different reasons. Tech9 I love because he was one of the first to really like, the first person of his stature to really just say, I don't care how old this kid is. You know, everyone deserves a chance to, you know, be creative and express themselves and, you know, get this interview. Travis Barker is another great name. Ivan Reitman, who's like the director of Ghostbusters, was really cool just because that's like an idol of mine since I'm a little kid. There's a lot, you know? There's a lot of people, like if I was in high school and like I came in a time machine and told 13-year-old me, hey, you're gonna be working with this, that, and I would be so surprised.
Who inspires you? What are your sources of motivation and artistic influences?
I feel like social interactions is a big inspiration at large. It's not necessarily any one or thing, but just how people interact in general. Nardwuar, as a journalist, is always a big source of inspiration because he's unique and he's always found his own way to do it, and I kind of take that and apply it to like, it's almost like psychology more than it is an interview.
Who would you like to interview one day and why?
You know, I feel like there's no one really like banned from the show. There could be people I hate that go on, there could be, you know, people that have done insane things. Someone I love, I would, you know, be head over heels to have is Quentin Tarantino. You know, anyone in that, of that aura, of that stature. Eminem, another one, just listening to him a lot. I think everyone has a great conversation in them if you dig deep.
Did you have any moments that you were like really starstruck?
I think I just keep talking when I do that because you can't let it sink in. You know, it's like if it's cold outside, you can't. If you acknowledge that it's cold, then that's when it gets worse. You know, if someone's in Montreal for like Grand Prix or something, it gets less interesting because at the end of the day, everyone's just human, and you know, it means more to them just to have a conversation with someone than to just have their picture snapped.
How do you envision yourself in the next 5 years?
I think I'll hopefully be continuing to do this, and if not, there'll definitely still be something within the entertainment and communications realm. Yeah, we've got some exciting interviews in the bag though, and you know, the plan is to keep growing for next year. I'll be writing for other websites also. I've been talking to a few websites about doing some interviews outside of my own, and yeah.
What future projects can we expect from Mr.Wavvy?
I mean, something I've been working with, the place I've been working with the last year is Cult Montreal, which is a local paper. This has given me the opportunity to take my interviews and, you know, really give back to the community of the city. With my site, I like to leave it to kind of international names, and in the city, I like to, you know, really shine a positive light on people in Montreal doing great things. So that will definitely be something that's continued. Like I said, a few other sites that I'm working on getting interviews in. I can't say those names yet, but they're coming. So I did a project last year about Space Jam turning 20, and there'll definitely be some similar ones of movies turning, or albums turning a certain age, and you know, getting people who were involved with it to come look back and see why those projects were such hits.
Anything to add?
So we just did a relaunch of Mr.Wavvy.com. It's a brand new site layout. It'll still be the same great content, just with a better look. Be on the lookout for a lot of great names coming before the end of the year and into 2018. And we're gonna keep this thing going and stay wavy and stay awkward and, you know, just keep leveling up.
Love.